Oh my God. Hey, y'all. I'm about to put y'all right here. Hopefully that helps. I don't have anything to stand you guys on right now. Um, actually, maybe I do. Hang on. I'm actually in the process of wrapping presents. And that'll be easiest, I think. There we go. Yep. Okay. You guys can see me. So I'm actually in the process of wrapping some of my daughter's presents. I did a lot of my, maybe not a lot, I did a little bit of my Christmas shopping early. Obviously, I got all of my presents out of the way. Excuse me. But obviously, I'm doing Christmas for the kiddo. Otherwise, you guys, I would have just went shopping and been good, right? Um, but I wanted to talk to you guys today a little bit about something because I am a bit just disappointed. I had the little holiday party, right? And I looked really, really good. Like it's very crazy because the image that I was attempting to create, right? That I had envisioned for myself for the evening, I was able to create just that, which was super, super, like super exciting, right? Hang on, you guys. I got this blanket on me because it's kind of cold in my house. Let's see. Anywho, I had this holiday party and I was very impressed with my look. I wanted to, because I'm always pretty much dolled up, I wanted to go for a look that like I would never, like I don't normally wear, that looks a little bit different than the norm. And this was just to be able to just be, have switch it up a little bit, and I took pictures and I posted them on social media and I got likes and I'm all butthurt because social media took my pictures down, right? And my pictures are not risque. Like I'm not showing anything crazy or doing anything just abnormal. I'm very conservative. So still very classy, right? I wore a red, solid red dress with a bit of a turtleneck and a bit of a pattern. Sorry, y'all, that was a lot. Whew, I'm almost out of breath. That was a lot of work. I want to do this like this. Yeah. Give me a sec. And there. Sorry. And my picture got removed and it was very weird because like I said, I see women being posted and naked pictures of women all the time. Well, not me. Like, I don't really see them, but I see them because the men post them, right? But, and I see these women with their profiles and their butt cheeks hanging out and shit like that, right? So for me, I'm not really understanding why Facebook removed my photos. And I find it to be it was just very frustrating. And so I had to Google why, like, what would be the reason that they would do that in the first place, right? What would be the reason? And what Google states is that in the event that someone states that they found your picture offensive, they will remove your pictures. Okay. And in my mind, the only person I could really think of, because I don't have real drama in my life, not that I'm aware of. And like I said, my pictures weren't disrespectful or distasteful. You know what I mean? Again, very classy, very upscale, right? I did my thing, right? And so in my mind, I did this. My mama, come on. So I got the bottom piece. I didn't get the bows. That's what I know I don't have. Oh, you guys, it's one thing. If it's not one thing, it's a whole nother. Okay. Oh no, I need to go get them. I had someone reach out to me, and they reached out to me a while ago, and I really just, they're not my type, right? And again, I say this a lot of times because I don't know why men do this. But you can kind of gauge when a woman is on your level and when she's not. And I don't feel like I should have to be put in a position where I'm telling a man no. And it's like an obvious no. Like it's a no that if he really looked at himself and myself, he would know and have the gist and understanding that we do not fit. Right. So I don't know why men put themselves in weird situations like that and then want to get upset when they're rejected. But the reality of it is you should know when a girl is really like, like you got to know what you can and cannot afford. And some women are just not in your ballpark, right? And it just is what it is because of how you choose to carry yourself. Okay. Now, hang on. This man reached out to me a while ago, right? And I just kind of left him on red, right? And he's one of like, I would say one of my biggest likers of the stuff I post on my page, stuff like that, right? In terms of like my pictures. And I remember leaving him on red, and he reaches out to me all emotionally, like, and was like, how come you don't, respond to me? Yada, yada, yada. And I pretty much just left the man on red, right? And so for him to try again, in my opinion, is like, I don't know what he was expecting, right? Again, very emotional, very just, why aren't you responding to me? I wasn't aware that I had to respond to anybody, but that's how some of them are on Facebook when they don't get their way, and it's fucking weird as shit. And I'm not going to argue with a man about my decision. I'm just not going to go back and forth with you about what I choose. That's crazy. I don't have to explain myself to you, therefore I will not. So just the other day, he hits me up and he's like, hey, I want to get to know you. Okay. Red flag number one, because I don't recall ever wanting to get to know him or making it clear that I wanted to get to know him. And any man that's on my page should know that there's plenty of other men that also say similar things, like they want to get to know me and all these things. So in my head, it's like, what makes you so special that I'm going to just stop what I'm doing and start talking to you, right? And just because a man, let me be clear, just because a man wants to get to know me does not mean he deserves to get to know me, and it damn sure doesn't mean he will get to know me, right? So that saying right off there, that don't even make no sense, right? I don't care what you want. It's about what I want, and what I want is for you to leave me alone. See, here's my present. I did good, you guys. Although I probably used a lot of wrapping paper. I went to Ross. See, I love the wrapping paper. It's black and it's got gold snowflakes. But I like it because it matches like all the theme in my house, right? I've got a lot of fashion, so it's a lot of black, gold, white. furry, right? Stuff like that. So, whew, I can't breathe. Hang on. I think she'll like this. She better. Like, I just figured it was a big little thing that she could have. We'll see. Okay. All right. I didn't bring the other wrapping paper. So yeah, it was just weird. And he hit me up and I just kind of left him on red. He gave me his number or whatever. And I remember when I posted the picture because I was all upset because I was like, okay, Facebook took, they took my picture down, right? The guy was the first person to like it. And in my mind, the very first thing my intuition told me, it kind of went off and it told me, I believe that this man is the one that reported my photo as being offensive, right? And I think it was because, yet again, I left him on red, right? And yeah, I didn't like that. To me, I'm not even going to argue with a man. I'm not even going to come up to him and be like, why'd you do such and such? No, I just blocked him, and if it wasn't him and if he didn't do it, well, oh well. But my intuition tells me that it was this individual, the same one who's just been now rejected for the second time. So I'm going to flag your photo as being offensive. I really doubt it was a woman on my page, right? I really strive to show that I'm for women, and none of them women be liking my pictures. So I am do I want to roll this up? You guys, so for Christmas, I want to do something different for dinner. And I know that a lot of people are familiar with like eating Thanksgiving foods, but I'm gonna switch it up. Think we're gonna do crab legs. I want to do some shrimp, some steak, and baked potato. And my daughter said she'll settle for Brussels sprouts, but I really wanted asparagus. So I'm gonna have to learn how to make. Apparently, she's been a little curious about Brussels sprouts. So I'll make some Brussels sprouts, but then I'll probably make her some broccoli or something on the side because poor kid, she don't like asparagus. And we'll see if she likes Brussels sprouts. I liked Brussels sprouts as a little girl, believe it or not. And she's a weirdo. She likes guacamole. She likes stuff that people don't really like. So I'm like, okay, hopefully, fingers crossed. But all right. So yeah, it was just strange. It's very strange when, I don't know. For me, I don't do emotional men. And I've said this many, many times, right? I don't do men who get all in their feelings. In my opinion, if you can't handle rejection, you should know. Like, here's the deal: rejection is not always a bad thing, right? Sometimes it's timing. Sometimes it's, the girl's just really just kind of seeing where, if you're serious or if she's just some plaything. Rejection can mean a few things. However, if you got to know when you're talking to women that have options, okay? And you have to really weigh yourself against those options. As a man, you don't have no business approaching a woman that you know damn well is above your whatever. Okay. And I say that I'm not talking about women that gotta go around talking about how they much higher than and oh I don't eat at the Cheesecake Factory and all that jazz. Like that shit's stupid. Okay, real talk. Women who carry themselves at a much higher level, they're 9 times out of 10 going to have a career. They're going to have things that the average person does not necessarily have and or think about and or care about. And so you need to ask yourself, do you have those things? Like, come on now. Like on social media, you can kind of see when someone, not all the time, right? Because some of that can be fabricated and fake. But you can kind of see when someone has a little bit more than you, right? Or you can kind of see where their head is at, right? Where their mental is at, how they carry themselves by what they wear, how they speak, stuff like that, right? That stuff is like there, it's on social media for people to scope out. So for me personally, there's no reason to be bitter about rejection when you had no business. Like y'all, I can't get this fabric. I say fabric, it's not fabric. This is some cool. Listen, I went to Ross and I went to see if they had like, I need a shoe rack, a cute one, and a coat door like thingy, like that I can hang my coats on. And how do I want to do this? Oh, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't have taped it. Gotta leave. I feel like I just did this, but now I'm doing it. Something's off. Hang on, y'all. Because I'm not doing this right, and I don't know why. Been stuck on this one box, and the crazy thing is the boxes are the easiest, but I think this is made out of a different kind of like material, if that makes sense. So it's paper, but it almost feels like it's paper coated in plastic a little bit. So it's all doing something weird at the corner, and I don't like that. Okay, maybe I'll do it like that. I have to do it like that. Oh, where's the tape? Where's the tape? I'm all particular about my boxes looking pretty. And so I can't have the paper bunching up at the corners. It's not cute. You want it like a perfect little crease. And I'm not even done. This is just some of the Christmas presents. I'm not going all out for her this year, but I kind of am just because I can. If that makes sense. So I'm just doing it the way that I would have preferred to always do it if I didn't have a roommate, if that makes sense. So just really picking up on starting our like family traditions and stuff like that. This paper is strange. I got another one that's like a cream, and then the snowflakes are gold. I'm into this gold like look these days, man. No, that ain't gonna work. It's gotta be this way. That's why. Don't forget it. I can't seem. It's like, I swear, it's paper with a plastic coating. It is the strangest wrapping paper I've ever had. Okay, because paper you can manipulate a little easier. This one, not so much. That was a workout. Well, that sucks. Because this corner should not look like that. But guys, I've been over here fumbling with it. And it's folded, right? It's just, it is a plastic coating on the paper. It's weird. Okay. It's like a saran wrap coating. Okay. Anywho, that'll do. It'll do. It'll do. It'll do. So yeah, it's a bit strange to me that men, when men act like that. And again, it's like you guys put yourselves in positions to be rejected because you're not reading the room. Like if you understood how to read the room, you would not put yourself in a situation where you will be rejected or you would get yourself together so that you were not rejected. Right? And I think that's where, it sucks because I'm not a rude girl, but I don't see why I would have to tell you, no, I'm not interested. And you're telling me, you're not even asking me anything. You're telling me what you want from me. And I don't know why men do that, as if the woman is just going to be like, okay, like, I don't care if you want to get to know me. I didn't ask you if you wanted to get to know me. I personally do not care. Like, that's something you should probably, like, men are, I don't know. That must be a pickup line, but in my mind, that is not a pickup line. It is probably the most controlling kind of saying I've ever heard. And I say controlling because you don't get to know me. You don't even know if I want to even talk to you, but you're going to tell me, hey, I need better tape. I got Gorilla Glue. See, this one's easier. Is it? Nah, I wouldn't say that. I'm gonna have to cut this to make it. I'm just hide this. Don't cut my finger. Okay. And then I need to cut this one to hide it too. Come on, don't do what the other one. Oh, this one's not gonna move. Give me a sec, y'all. But yeah, the jealousy, it's like I'm gonna put myself in a position to be rejected. Oh, that didn't work out the way I wanted to. Oh, my mama would kill me. She would be like, girl, didn't I teach you how to write? Like, because my mama, some people are real sticklers about stuff like this, man. Me, I just wanted to look flat, look nice, and where I could stick a bow. But some men, I don't know what it is in terms of, it was a level of jealousy. That's my personal opinion, because I really do believe that person flagged my photo. I don't recall taking my own photo down. Like, I don't even know why my photo would have been taken down. Like, it wasn't a risque photo. There was no reason for that photo to be taken down. And if it was somebody else, then, again, I'll figure it out at some point. But I have a very strong feeling, just by the way this individual reacted to my first rejection, that it was this person, because now they're seeing that I done logged in and did all this stuff, and I'm not responding. I didn't reach out. I'm not gonna call you. That's just not what I do. I'm not interested. And like I said, if you don't carry yourself well, I carry myself exceptionally well. So I'm not finna be talking to no man that does not do the same. That don't even make sense. So if the reason for flagging my photo was because I didn't respond, well, maybe that's a you problem. That really ain't a me problem. And I don't know what it is with some of these men with the audacity that they're going to get a chance. Like, no, look at you and look at me. Come on now, use common sense, people. Then, I had this, Ooh. I had these people when I was at the holiday party. It was funny because the women were asking me, first of all, I'm the pretty woman, I'm the single woman. All these women are asking me, when am I going to get married? When am I going to find me a man? And I just said, I'm marrying myself. And these women don't understand because they're older than me. But in my mind, I'm like, I'm not trying to be treated like shit and be with somebody and them treating me like shit. Nope. Mm-mm. I need to be able to part ways with you when it's time to part ways. And I'm not the girl just to be dating anybody for the sake of dating them. You know, I just don't have the time for that. And I am buying myself a ring this month. I already figured out what ring I want. I had to go get size because I didn't know my ring size. And now I'm debating if I should buy it in the store. If I buy it in the store, it's going to take me. I did pretty good. It was a struggle, but it came out pretty okay. Now this one, I think I'm going to tape it down a little bit more. That's some crazy. This is some kind of crazy wallpaper, man. It's different. I don't know that I've ever had wallpaper that was like plastic. It's cool. I ain't complaining though. It's nice. It's just a pain in the bottom. It's all fashiony. And you could tell the women were not like, they're not used to hearing women talk the way that I was speaking, you know. First of all, I don't see the point in being in a relationship and they're in the same spot that I'm in. Like, that's crazy as a single woman. If you're going to be selling me on marriage, you or a relationship, I need somebody that's in a relationship where they're living in a house, right? Got 2 kids, a dog, a white picket fence. Like, you're not, especially when you're at the age of like 40 and 50, you're not about to sell me on no marriage living in an apartment. Okay. That's not like, I'm sorry, y'all. That's just not working for me. Okay. Because I have parents and people in my life who actually own their homes. Like, I don't know. Okay. You're not settling. You're not convincing me that it's worth the struggle. That's number one. Okay. 2, marrying myself is for myself. It has nothing to do with anybody else, right? And honestly, the questions that I was asked was so funny because what she was asking me, she said, well, if you marry yourself, she was like, and I bring, you know, handsome men to the marriage, are you still going to marry yourself? And I'm like, yeah, like, of course, that would be the most important time to marry myself because it demonstrates how I expect others to treat me. Like, you're not going to be able to come into my life and think that you're going to treat me any old kind of way. It's just not going to work. So if I marry myself, that means that I'm setting the standard and not, you know, really marry myself, right? But it would be a representation of like a promise ring or something like that to where it gives the impression anybody who doesn't know that I'm married, right? However, oh shoot. Hang on, guys. I'm going to have to do a part 2 to this because I realized my phone ain't charged. So I'm going to have to end this, you guys. And I'll do a part 2. With that being said, I'm out. Peace. Come on. And